Good morning, welcome to Geneva. I'm from the International Committee of the Red Cross, as it was mentioned to you, and I just want to say a few words about it. ICRC is this institution who has this international mandate to protect and to assist victims of war. Everywhere where there is a conflict, we have this mandate signed by all the countries, all the states, and we go and we try to help people when they are affected by a conflict. Not only the ICRC is acting on this, but we collaborate a lot with what we call the national societies, be it the British Red Cross or the Afghan Red Crescent. And with all those Red Crosses, we have around 100 million volunteers around the world. And this is how we try to fulfill our mandate. I was asked today to talk to you about environment and conflict, because one may ask, as our mandate is really to save lives, really we don't care about environment. This is not central at all in our mandate. But I will just try to show you that it is absolutely central to us, because this is central to war victims. These pictures from Gaza Strip show that the environment of this guy changed drastically in a few seconds. I will talk briefly about three topics here. Conflicts and the competition over resources, the environmental degradations due to the conflicts, and what can we do as humanitarian organizations? What do we do to try to solve the problems? Competition over resources. This is something that is really very often forgotten by the different analysts. When they analyze a conflict, they always watch to political agendas of leaders. They imagine that this one wants to take power above that one, etc. And they do not think about the environment. You take one conflict around the world and you will find environmental issues behind it, nearly always. Diamonds in Liberia or Sierra Leone, or in this right picture, it's diamond in Angola, timber in Liberia. Those people wanted to control an area, to control the environment, to make money out of it. This was their unique will. And local people have to fight again between themselves in order to have access to these resources. And this is how leaders can manipulate local population in order to have fighters. Darfur, everybody over there is fighting about land. This is a water point, a dam, in order to give water to animals. During the last few years, too many animals, the animals could not travel as they were used to because of political reasons. Now you see it is just a desert and it's dry. They had to move, and they had to move south, and they had to take the land of others. And this is how the conflict in Darfur started. Another point very important and quite new about competition about resources is the land grabbing process. States, rich states, are now buying or leasing land in poor countries in order to produce food for themselves. We are talking about millions of hectares around the world. And of course, local people are not consulted at all. This is their land that is sold to big companies or state-funded companies from rich countries. A few months ago, there was a sort of coup d'etat in Madagascar. The main reason behind it was a riot from farmers because the government wanted to lease, I think, 25% of the agricultural land of their country to one company. Therefore, we will see more and more struggle and conflict regarding land or linked to land. Okay, second point, the environmental degradation due to conflicts. I will not go through this list, but of course you can imagine that when you have a war, you have a lot of destructions, and this affects deeply the environment of the people, be it destruction of irrigation channels, then you can't farm anymore. Mines, of course, pollutions, etc. This is a direct, those are the direct consequences of a conflict. But then it's not finished, and this is maybe where it becomes even more important and longer. I would like to stress your attention about the environmental degradations that is not due to the direct fightings, but that are caused by the victims themselves, because their way of life will change. Here's two pictures of a camp, a displaced person camp in northern Uganda. 2 million people were displaced because of the war. And I just want to give this indication. The population density in northern Uganda is 20% per square kilometers. Those camps that they built, we estimated that the density is now between 50 and 70,000 persons per square kilometer. As a comparison, Hong Kong is 10,000. It's only one floor. There is no stairs. You can imagine the pressure on the environment. Those people need firewood. They will cut, of course, the forest beside the camp. They have to in order to survive. But this place will become a desert very quick. This is Al-Fashir. This is Alinje, actually, in Darfur. You see, top of the picture, it's a camp. Just this small hill there was a savanna. In 2004, it was a savanna. Last year, it was a desert. Everything was cut. And not for bad reasons. I mean, they had to cook. Another subject, something sometimes we forgot. Conflicts lead to huge movements of populations and animals. As a result, there is huge spread of diseases. Usually we don't notice that at first. And I just wanted to give you the example of the Cassava mosaic disease. Cassava is this plant. We eat the root.